Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to respond to all 4 prompts about leadership vision. One thing I noticed while thinking about these questions is that the vision is not just business word. It really affects how people feel, how they work together, and whether a team moves forward with confidence or just goes through with the motions. Okay, so why is it important for a leader to have clear vision? I believe it is important for a leader to have clear vision because vision gives people direction, purpose, and motivation. Without vision, a team may still be busy, but being busy is not the same thing as being productive. A clear vision helps people understand where they are going, why their work matters, and what success is supposed to look like. First, vision affects motivation. When people know the bigger purpose or the bigger idea behind what they are doing, they're usually more engaged. They don't feel like they're just completing random tasks. Instead, they feel like they're contributing to something meaningful and bigger than themselves. For example, if a manager just tells employees to work harder or increase numbers, that may not inspire them, but if the leader explains that the goal is to improve customer trust, build stronger relationships, and build a stronger team and create long-term success, then people are more likely to care about the outcome. Second, vision creates direction. In any team, there are always multiple priorities, distractions, and challenges. There's things that people deal with differently. A leader with a clear vision helps the group stay focused on what matters most. That vision becomes a guide for decisions. It helps people know what to prioritize and what to ignore. Without that clarity, team members may all be working hard but are pulling different directions. Third, a vision improves decision making. Leaders consistently have to make choices about time, resources, people, and strategy. A strong vision acts like a filter. It helps answer like what moves us closer to the goal overall and what is aligned with our values. Is it to use our best effort, or when there's no vision, decisions become reactive instead of intentional, essentially. So you have a goal that you have to move towards to. This kind of just helps that out. I also think vision helps people stay ready during difficult times. Every team faces stress, setbacks, or uncertainty. A leader with a clear vision can remind people what they're working towards, even when things get hard. That helps reduce confusion and keeps morale stronger. Overall, vision matters because it gives people something to believe in, something to work towards, and a reason to stay committed. I think of a leader you admire. What was their vision? How did it shape you? How they led and inspired others. Well, I admire my manager in my office. I work at State Farm, so I admire my manager, MSP. She's a very admirable person. She knows how to think clear. She knows that we're trying to meet a certain sales goal because we work in sales. And their vision was not just about, her vision is usually like, we got to help everybody together. Everybody's got to, meet a certain quota. So we're all working together towards that goal. And, some people are faster. Like I'm a little faster than most people at doing stuff. So like I work hard and I get things done faster. But then she's like, okay, like, how about you help these people out? Or you know what, help me out do this while I help this other person do another thing. That's what I admire about her. She can multitask and just lead resources to a certain way that she's like, okay, she knows how to essentially delegate the resources to a certain way that it makes everything fairer for everybody, and it kind of just makes the flow of the office seem a little better. The vision just connects back to a larger purpose, and it approaches especially because we deal also with a lot of customer complaints. So she helps with an approach to nonviolent reactiveness, because I know she deals with a lot of irate customers because we do work in insurance. But no, she just stands out to me because she's just a very calm person. She is a very good leader. Like you never see her, she's a leader. Like she will always put herself at the top as a as a hard worker, because I don't see her necessarily as my boss. I see her as another, as a leader that I will follow to the end, because she does do things accordingly, and she does. I admire the way that she works. Here, she kind of inspires us in the way that her work ethic kind of makes us want to work harder, because she just puts in so much work that there should be no excuse why you're not putting the same amount of work as she does 10 things in the span of 5 minutes, and you should be able to do the same thing, if not a little more. She just helps out in every aspect. Have you ever been part of a group where the leader had no clear vision? Describe the experience and how it affected the work's cohesion and goals or performance. Well, yeah, I've been in situations where a group struggled because the leader did not have a clear vision. Specifically, my old job, Satos, like, they showed me how quickly confusion can affect performance. Specifically, like, we really didn't have any cohesion like I do with this job. It was more of a restaurant environment, so it was a lot more hectic, but it was no cohesion at all. Nothing that allowed us to work in a group setting. But there was never a strong sense of overall goal. We knew we had tasks to complete, but we did not fully understand the final objective, the priorities, or what needed to get done first. Some focused on speed, others focused on details, and we always used to we used to always get into arguments or get into conflicts because of such things, because everybody has a different way of working, but we should at least have a certain playbook to work by. The biggest issue was just lack of cohesion. When a leader does not provide a clear vision, the group starts to operate like separate individuals instead of if one team. Communication becomes weaker because everyone is interpreting things differently. Some people become frustrated because they feel like they're putting in effort without getting the results. Others with motivation because they do not see the purpose behind what they're doing. This also affects performance. We ended up wasting time redoing work, clarifying directions, and then once we get into conflicts, we have to have meetings about it, and the group became very reactive to stuff like that. And we stopped moving forward confidently. We were just always in a state of confusion and always making less progress than what we could do, or making less money than what we could do, essentially. It also impacted morale. When people feel uncertain for too long, they often stop giving their best effort. It gets really hard to get fully engaged. Leaders feel inconsistent or unclear, and it may feel like their time is being wasted and create tension within the group. It really did. What I learned from that experience is that leader does not have to have every answer, but they do need to provide clarity and sort of a guidance. People can work through challenges, but they trust as long as they trust the direction and the person that it's coming from, then everything should be fine. As long as we have a clear work through of what we need to do. The experience made me appreciate how important vision really is, and it's not something extra. It's one of the main things that keep a team aligned, motivated, and effective. Prompt 4, if you were leading a team today, what would your leadership vision be? If I was leading a team today, which I kind of am right now, my leadership vision would be to create a team culture built on clarity, accountability, growth. I don't want to say that I want to be checking people every 5 seconds. I want to value and prioritize clarity. I want to make sure that everybody knows what we're working on and what our playbook would look like, and how we're going to meet quotas, how we're going to meet sales, how we're looking into make sure our things are in touch and our things are there by the end of the month like they're supposed to be. I think people work better when the expectations are clear and communication is honest, to be completely honest. I make sure everybody knows not only what they're doing, but why it matters and why we should do it. I prioritize also accountability. I think that strong team needs to share responsibility. I think everybody needs to be, in the group together. Everybody needs to feel support or not feel as pressure just being put on one person. Everybody needs to carry their own load. The third value would be growth. If I had to lead a team, I want people to leave stronger than when they started. This means helping team members develop skills, confidence, and leadership abilities. A good leader should not only focus on immediate tasks, but also on helping people become better over time. The fourth value would be trust. Without trust, even talented teams can struggle. I would try to build trust by being consistent, listening to feedback, following through on what I say, and treating people with respect. I think respect comes first and foremost on that too. I think that trust grows when leaders are honest, fair, and willing to communicate openly, and as long as a clear line of respect is given, then respect given, respect received. As for outcomes, I would want a team that is productive, united, adaptable, and proud of its work. I would want people to feel that they are part of something meaningful rather than just completing assignments. I would also want a team to be resilient, especially when facing change or pressure. To communicate that vision, I would keep it as simple and consistent as possible. I would talk about it regularly in meetings, have one-on-one conversations with specific team members, and just have an overall team discussion. I would also like to model it through my own behavior, because I do think that you have to play by what you preach. Leadership vision means very little if it's not just spoken. It's not just spoken, but it's practiced as well. People may pay more attention to what a leader does than what a leader says. So overall, my leader vision would be led with purpose, communicate clearly, develop people, and create a team culture where success is shared. In conclusion, leadership vision is essential because it shapes motivation, direction, decision-making, and team culture. A leader with a clear vision helps people stay focused and inspired. A leader without one can create confusion, frustration, weak performance. Looking at leaders I admire and reflecting on real group experience has shown me that vision is one of the foundations of effective leadership. If I were leading a team, I would want my vision to be clear, people-centered, and rooted in trust, growth, and accountability. Thank you.